Hello everyone, happy Feng Shui Fridays. Today is a beautiful day and I thought we should go on a little adventure together to visit my local favorite plant nurseries. Every single year, I kind of have a ritual where I like to introduce new plants into my home, and I'm going to give you all the 2022 trending plants for this year. Plants that bring in good luck, good energy, good air circulation, and increase your overall chi inside of your space. So let's go. Beautiful day here in Topanga. It has been a little rainy and gloomy here, so whenever the sun comes out a little bit, I always like to try and get outside. So this is our local little town here in Topanga. There is a lot of really cute shops. It's very small. Topanga is kind of somewhat of a no man's land, and Topanga is kind of one of the only really cool hippie mountain towns that exists in Los Angeles because we're up the hills up in the Santa Monica Mountains, and we're kind of nestled in between Malibu and Santa Monica. So there's lots of cute little shops by local artisans, and they have a really cute little plant nursery called Sassafras. So I want to see what kind of plants they have and also see if they have some of the trending 2022 plants and shop for some new plants for the home.
Topanga Canyon is a hidden gem nestled in the mountains of Los Angeles. It is well known for its quirky vibe and beautiful hikes in the Santa Monica Mountains. A small mountain town hosts local natives, creatives, and artisans alike. The windy drive alone will put you in a trance-like state, admiring all the beautiful mountains and often hitchhikers along the windy roads. Topanga has a population of roughly 8,289,000 people and can really be considered a small mountain village. Since the early 20th century, a scattering of businesses, rotation of general stores, taverns, spiritual centers, community galleries, and cozy cafes have come and gone along this funky town. Topanga's artistic roots date back to the McCarthy era, where Will Greer, a trained botanist, bought a large piece of land. This was where the local theater was born. Sassafras is a newer shop in the canyon and doesn't fall short of embracing Topanga's eclectic charm.
Especially because it's Topanga Canyon and we have a lot of endemic species here that only live here. And there's lots of great reasons, like in the rainforest, there could be medicine in it, you never know. That people need to take better care of learning how to do sustainable permaculture using the native plants that live here. So here, these are not native to this area, but we're just trying to show an example that you can do that, right? You can grow them together. And the way that we teach or have taught gardening is really horrible for food and for plants in the environment. The most important thing is the mycelium and the nutrients in the soil. And I'm really passionate because if people knew that, you could reverse a lot of environmental damage that people think you can't fix.
Yeah.
You could make this canyon so fruitful, you could feed all of Los Angeles without hurting it.
Yeah, it's incredible. The soil is so important.
Yeah, so the oak trees, that oak seed, you can put 2 tablespoons in a pot of water this big, they'll make a whole soup for you.
Yeah.
And that's 1 acorn or 2 acorns, that feeds a whole meal. That's crazy.
Wow.
That's the kind of food that lives here. Chia seeds?
Yes, chia seeds are local native here, yeah.
So
I eat a lot of chia seeds, actually.
They're so good for you. And it actually helps build that relationship, because I think a lot of problems we have come from the fact that we don't know what's under our feet, and we don't respect it.
Yeah.
And in that way, like, lots of people try to treat Southern California like it's everywhere else.
Yeah, it's not.
But Southern California, but it has its own special environment. They say it's like a desert here. It's not true. It's actually all a marshland.
Wow.
It just was drained. But it can rain like it has been all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and people could thrive and prosper off of that. Imagine you could literally get rid of homelessness by just like being like, look, it's free to garden with the native plants outside.
Yeah.
You know, if everybody did it, it would provide everything for everybody, not just humans, but all the plants and animals here. It wouldn't take much. It's just like there's a lot of people against just even interacting with the environment.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad now that there's like this plant craze thing, because actually I'm seeing people learn how to use plants and how to take care of their soil, and that's the type of skills we need. We could survive, you know, all this stuff they're saying we're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
If people learn how to do that, you're good. It's not so bad, guys. It's not that bad.
So here we also have a beautiful ficus. This is one of the big trending plants for 2020, seeing a lot of tall, very skyscraper type plants inside your home. They're really good for bringing up the chi and the energy in your space. And here we have a lovely fern. This one is so beautiful. These are really good for places with very low light and high humidity. So places like your bathroom, anywhere that generally won't get a lot of light, and you really want to make sure you water this very frequently. This one is one of my favorites to just put in a bathroom and spruce up your shower. These are also some other really cute baby ferns that you can put inside of your home or in your shower. Really, really adorable little guys. Some leap of faith there.
Seriously, yeah, no, get experimental. Start learning about the weird stuff. There's a fungus that exists now that eats plastic.
Really?
Imagine the kind of weird stuff that could happen. Plants do chemistry and biology better than we ever could. They're older and they're smarter than us. So if we paid attention to what they did and copied them, we'd have no problems.
Yeah.
But you know, that idea was taught. You're like, no, don't do that. That's horrible, right? We all want to live in a clean, white, square cubicle and have no emotions and then, you know, live and die that way. That's just too clean a living, and people got to get messier. And I think that's, you know, we're realizing you can't.
Yeah, time to get our hands dirty.
Yeah, time to get our hands dirty. So yeah,
thank you for that.
No, thank you.
Can you tell us your name?
Julia Jolene Jones.
And you're clearly an artist and also a farmer.
Yeah, I like practice a lot of sustainable agriculture, like especially in California. You know how bad the soil is with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty serious. Like there wasn't enough water last year, and the crops were just dying in the.
Yeah.
And imagine the people aren't ready for that kind of food insecurity. That's not fair.
Yeah.
Why should we? You know, you live in one of the most fruitful. It's like the Fertile Crescent here. It's one of the most fertile places in the world. I had no
idea.
It's because all the marshland and there's hella volcanoes everywhere.
Yeah.
All that stuff interacts, and then the fact that our river systems and the forest systems actually interact very heavily with the ocean. You know, like there's this back and forth of like, you know, fish go upstream and feed put nutrients in the soil, and then we send nutrients out the stream into the ocean and vice versa, and that like builds like a huge relationship that people don't even know exists between like otters, kelp, and like a bear all the way inland of California.
Yeah.
And that's how deeply connected it is. It can make its own rain, just like the Amazon. If the marshes were present, it would all evaporate and make mist all the time. That's what the environment is used to here. Like, have you ever been to Oregon or Washington?
Yeah.
It's like that. Like, it was about as wet, but just slightly different because all the wetness went through the very sandy soil. So it kind of has like more of an islander almost. It has like different, because of the fact that it used to be underwater, it has like coral and things, you know, from the back when it was underwater, all that stuff exists in the mountains now.
Yeah.
So you see, that's why it's so special. And then lastly, some very important historically, this place was for the last 30,000 years where people all across the Pacific Islands and the ocean, including from Papua New Guinea to Hawaii to like Hokkaido to like all the way down to Pimu'uve, Catalina Island in the ocean.
Yes.
And then they dropped, this is the first place they'd see the North American continent, was Topanga. And you had Chumash, Tataviam, and Tongva speakers here that like was like multicultural.
Yeah.
And like spread out, like you can find turquoise and different shells and things that were only from up here all the way down south, you know, and vice versa. We find that we had a much wider network of relationships than previously thought, and we could all be a part of that network again. It's about getting back in the hoop.
A hoe to that.
Yeah, so let's just you know, think about like what you play part in, because actually your smallness really affects the whole environment, and you wouldn't know that unless you interacted with like plants, because they're so freaking sensitive. You wouldn't know how every little thing you do has so much power in it. It does. It's because it's mundane that it has that much power in it. Everything you do, you know. So just know that, and that's not like a pressure, because like we made plenty of mistakes. Obviously, we're still here. We can turn it around. It's not so bad. That's the beautiful thing about human beings is we make a lot of mistakes. We're idiots, and then we learn from it.
Yeah.
And then we think we're smart, and then we gotta be dumb again.
Yeah.
So, you know, like just be cool with being so tiny, and that there's power in it. And you start there. Go mile wide, inch deep sometimes, or you know, try to start with everything around you. It's not that complicated, and that's my TED Talk. I was really wanting to say my piece. I appreciate it. So this one's a bunch of different masks, and that's the midnight sun. And it's also about how like things in the darkness are your friend and don't have to be afraid of them. Oh, on Instagram I'm at trash.santa.
All right, I am walking home with some new plant babies. Definitely taking home the fern, as it is the trending 2022 plant of the year. Super excited for all the help from Julia here. All right. Okay, so this is the next stop of the day. I'm at my other favorite nursery, which has a lot more plants, and also it's very close to a lot of cars. So as you can tell, there's a lot of stuff going on behind me. But this is the nursery right off of PCH and Entrada Drive. I'm gonna move into here so there's not so much noise. This, I think we're going to find all the trending plants of 2022 here. This is one of my favorite spots to just kind of come and see everything that's been growing. They have so much to pick from. I generally have to really refrain myself because I always want to take home so many different things. So let's get a little tour of this beautiful place. As you can tell, this place has a abundance of plants, and I always get such a good feeling when I walk in here. And there's a lot to choose from, and you can definitely get anything you pretty much need at this place. So all right, well, we've officially gone plant shopping today, and I have lots of new plant babies to take home. I can't wait to show you where I place them and the reasons behind where I'm placing them in my home. I've been very excited to bring in some new plant babies because every year it's kind of like my ritual to bring in some fresh energy inside of my spaces. So I'm a bit planted out, and we're gonna go home and place these new babies into their new homes. All right, here we have the lovely Monstera, which is the really long word that I cannot properly pronounce, but this is specifically in my office space next to my lovely plant corner that I love so much. Putting this plant in my space in my office actually helps me really feel like more grounded. It's a taller plant than most of my plants here, so it's really giving me that grounded sense, feeling stable in my business and everything that I've got going on project-wise, and I just really love having this right next to me as I work in my office. I picked up this plant just because I've always wanted one of these. They're so cute, and I thought it would just look really nice on my desk. I had never had a plant on my desk before, so that was just an additional find that I couldn't say no to. This is our guest bedroom, and this is actually where our money corner is, our money room, and so I really wanted to get a new money tree. This is another really beautiful plant to bring into 2022 since we're going to be having a lot of themes around money. This is my water fountain remedy that I love so much, and I also got a little baby bonsai plant. These are also well known for bringing in good luck and fortune, so love having this in this space, and it really just creates a cozy little corner for all of our guests that come and stay. Okay, and last we have a few of my additions to my fiance's office. This corner over here is always being stuffed with boxes and things, so I figured we should, make it pretty and put some new plants. This is where we put the fern that I got, and I just added some other things to make the corner really spruce up. Corners are such a great place to add plants. They really brighten up the room. They invite in good energy, and also this area is generally very shaded. While there is a lot of really beautiful light, this fern is gonna be really happy here. And with ferns, the best thing to do generally is to just spray them with water in order to water them. They really love just water all over all their beautiful leaves. So you don't really need to worry too much about getting the soil super soaked. They just like leaves to be wet, just like the jungle. All right, so there we have it. That is the 2022 forecast for really great, beautiful plants to bring into your space and where to place them and why. My name is Nixie Marie. I am a Feng Shui practitioner, and don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, and also leave a comment if you have any questions Feng Shui related. And if you're interested in booking a one-on-one consultation with me, you can go click the link in the description below and book a one-on-one free 15-minute discovery call where we can explore all the opportunities that we can do, the different packages that I offer, and how we can really make your home a beautiful, successful, peaceful, and harmonious space for the year of the tiger.